Hey guys. Hey guys. How's it going? Let's see. Let's tell everybody. Howdy. How's it going? I'm just telling everybody on all the little social media things. Hey Twinkle. We're going to do some cardiology first off before we do some practice questions. Sorry, my phone is going off like crazy. I'm going to do, let's see, turn this off so I don't get all these notifications blaring at every moment of the day. But we are going to do cardiology, that heart page right there. Let's update this sucker. What with the info that you need for the CPC exam, let's mark this sucker up. So one of the first things I like to write is our little statement question sentence about the the heart attacks. So before I label my thingy, I will label it in just a second. I like to write this statement just because I get nervous about it and I don't want to forget about it. And I did dunk all my ink before I started. So we're going to write our statement about NSTEMI. It's our guideline in the front of the ICD-10 book that tells us about NSTEMI and then STEMI. One of them evolves. The other one converts. Oh my God. Go away. Converts. I'm in page 240 of the 2022 book, and cardiology. Page 234 of the 2021. 234. This will help us from having to go to the front of the book and to the other book, which is our ICD-10, to find this guideline during the middle of our CPC exam. If you get the cardiology question, there's two questions about this that are floating around, and it only changes based off the converts or evolves, but they both end up equaling STEMI. So just keep that in mind. And then that one statement that goes along with them, that is the other cardiology question that you might get, is if an AMI is noted. It's hard to write on the bottom with nothing underneath your hand to write on. Is documented as transmural or subendocardial it equals NSTEMI. So that will take care of at least 2 questions on the CPC exam. So that gets you down to 98 questions, right? At least 2 answers are right there. So those are just the 3 bullet points you should know for those 2 little things. And that takes care of 2 guidelines, too, from the ICD-10 book that you don't have to go look up during the middle of your exam. It'll already be here in the CPT book. And it's right with the heart, so it's easy to find. You can remember where to find it. Instead of having to look, and I was looking for this book for like an hour today, and I couldn't find it, and it ended up being right here on my desk underneath my mouse. So all that cardiology guideline that is all, yeah, that's where all this is at and where you would find the answers. This is the 2021 book. G16 is where it's at, but those are the 2 common questions they ask about this cardiology area, and then that just efficiently stores it in one location so that you don't have to go digging in that book. And I'm going to get rid of this book. Oh, I've got the 2022 version down there too on this desk. So I've got them both. I just like the way I wrote it in the 2021 version better than the way I wrote it in the 2022, I guess. I don't know. You get used to things. And then, all right. And then we're going to label this sucker with what we need. What? Is that somebody knocking? Open the door, Travis, or is that you? That's all I need to know. Travis is in here writing his Tom Sawyer book. He should be. Better be. He did get to go back to school today. But while he was sitting in class, his brand new pair of jeans, he decided to cut them up and to shred them with pairs of scissors and brought them home all shredded up like crazy. What? Who does that in the middle of class? Anyway, so he's back in here writing Tom Sawyer today. Because James has friends over from school and they're outside doing metal detecting. Let's see. We're going to label. There are 4 chambers of the heart and 4 valves. That's the first thing that we'll do. And they're labeled here, but they're not labeled like how you know which one is which. Kind of, sort of like. So what I like to do is go on and do me a little. Sorry, pizza's coming up. I do 4 chambers. And they equal the Roman numerals I through IV. And then you can label them however you want. It don't matter. There are 4 valves. And I label them 1 through 4. So we've got 1 here for our valve. 2 is our valve. Our aortic valve is number 3. And then number 4 is our mitral valve. And then I'll grab my purple again. And this is my Roman numeral 1. No. Right atrium is. This one is 2. And then my left atrium is my 3. And then my left ventricle is my 4. That's just that. Can't see. I know. I'm trying to get it to where y'all can see all of it. my crane can't lift any higher, or it's going to come out of its thingy. I'm trying, guys. How's that? Is that better? Here we go. Right up here, I have series. Number 1 is pulmonary. Number 2 is aortic. Number 3 is mitral. And number 4 is tricuspids. Yeah. No worries. No worries. All right. I got these cool pictures from Google that I wanted to use. Look at this thing. Oh, and it's going to have like functions. What does each part do for the, I love this. So, well, this is referring to if you need to know what the names of the chambers of the heart are, you'll know it's the Roman numerals. If you need to know the names of the valves of the heart, you know it's the regular numbers. So that'll help in case they ask you in any questions. And then we've got some directions here, which are helpful. But I also have always wanted to write in, like, what's this one? This one is your right atrium. What's going on in that right atrium? Blood enters the right atrium from the superior vena cava. Might be some good stuff on this little diagram that I like. And then there's another one that I liked. Google. Where'd you go? This one right here. It's telling me, let me take a picture of it real quick, because I like this one too. Bring it down. You can see it all. Okay, good. Because there's a question on the CPC exam. It's asking about maybe the superior vena cava or the pulmonary vein, one of the two, and it's asking which direction is the blood coming in from, depending on if you're in the vena cava or something else. And I like this because it tells you AO, that one right there has aorta blood in it. And then this one has left atrium blood in it, left ventricle blood in it. Those are kind of cool. I just thought it was interesting. And I could put RA, RV, LA, LV, AO here, and then do that little thingy there and have that there just in case they were asking me about any of those in the direction of the blood. We do have the directions arrow pointing out, but that one's missing arrows. You don't know if the blood's coming in or out, but right here we've got them so that we know that the arrow is going in. So we could add that. And then right there, we could say that depending on which ones we're at, PA is going out to the lungs. And then we could say these are going out to the lungs. Those are cool too. Just cool stuff I wanted to add. Yep. Yeah, that's okay. If you labeled it, I'll do questions in a little while. You can go and come back or whatever if you've already done it. I did add some cool things to do at the end of this cardiology chapter yesterday that I thought was kind of neat. Still working on it, but right here, I thought this was cool. The differences between arteries and veins, thicker walls, more smooth muscles, wider lumen, vein squeeze, more blood is in the veins than in the arteries because the veins are our blood reservoirs. Things like that might be helpful. That's kind of cool, I thought, but I want to definitely get this heart labeled up, and I wanted to know what the different parts do, just like I do with the eyes and ears. What does the aorta do? Is there anything special about it that I need to know for the exam that could be helpful? From this one. See, they need to have it color coordinated because which ones are veins, which ones are arteries. Those are the arteries. They don't have the veins listed. Right pulmonary veins. So we're going to do those in blue because they don't have these labeled. They done already? I thought I got a better picture of that. Nope. Yes.
It's so hot outside, Mom.
Yes, it's too hot to metal detect. Did y'all have fun?
Yeah. We didn't find anything.
Aw.
It's very obnoxious too. It just beeps.
It beeps. The thing is obnoxious because it beeps. You're funny. That's what metal detectors do. They beep.
No.
Oh my gosh. The metal detector. They got one for Christmas. Never did open it up. And yeah. They find ways to complain about everything. It's annoying. It beeps. Is that the only one down there, or inferior vena cava? Blood returns to heart via vena cava So these areas, these three little pipey things right here is where blood in aorta is sent out to every organ provides O2 and loads up with CO2. Yeah, you did the ICD-10 book. I did that for 2018, I think. I did so much in that book. And then when I took the exam, I completely forgot what I had done in the ICD-10 because you only use it for 5 questions. And I forgot I had all of this, and I put in so much work. Y'all have no idea. I did so much. I mean, there's just pages and pages of notes, but I think it's this one. Is it this one? It's not this one. Maybe it's the other one. The other one. Did I do it for that one or this one? That one. Where are you at? Where are you at, bud? What year is this one? I even use those damn tabby things that just get in your way. They're useless. But, oh yeah, I forgot all this was in here and forgot to even look at this book because we're just not in it. And this is what I needed to know. I had that question on my CPC exam and I needed to know the direction from the superior vena cava. Right lung is what I needed to know, and I couldn't remember where I put it. Anyway, it was just so much I had done and then forgot it was all in here because, yeah, I mean, I did a lot and completely forgot it was in here during the exam. So I don't want y'all to go through what I did. And so I'm just moving it all to the CPT book since 90% of the questions are right there. What, Travis? You're not writing your story. I want one finger on your word from the story and one finger on your piece of paper writing. You need to make better decisions. Mm-hmm. You wrote RA and RV. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see where that helps if we find a place on here for abbreviations like that. Trying to think, where should I write that? Let's see. Pulmonary artery. Gonna have to write abbreviations. LA equals left atrium. What are you doing? Listening to Travis. Left atrium. Right atrium. Come on, right. Left ventricle. Ventricle. Travis, please write nicely. Write nicely. Blood flow, what is an easy way to remember? So she wrote in blue RA to RV through tricuspis, PA, lungs. Then in red wrote LA, LV, they mitral aorta through aortic semiluna V. Yep, cardiovascular. Working. She's been certified for a year and can't find a job. Well, Missy, you need to make sure you are changing your resume to reflect what you are applying for. You need to also, if you're applying for a job as a medical coder with like Optum Insurance, look to see what hardware and software they're using. If they're using Epic or whatever for their EHRs and or whatever software they're using for medical coding and uploading to a data warehouse, you need to go contact the manufacturer of their Epic data warehouse and learn how to use it. Usually you can get a free 1 hour training on their system. Also, you can look at YouTube videos and watch how people interact with that EHR system and train yourself to already be established in whatever system they're being used. You need to change your resume to reflect everything that is in their job ad to say that you've done it. You need to practice. You need to get a coach to help you with interview questions. You need to already have a set standard of things that you're going to say. For all interviews, you can actually make yourself needed by the company by learning their software ahead of time. You can troubleshoot and look for errors that are often found in their system by Googling it and looking it up. There's so much you can find now on the internet about a particular job or a place. If Blue Shield, Blue Cross, you can work for the health plans. You can work for CVS is hiring coders remotely online. You can get a job at ambulances services, outpatient services, inpatient hospital services. The university, which is the name of the hospital in Cleveland, Ohio, hires people before they even get their CPC. As long as they can get their CPC within 30 days, they'll train them on their system and let them work remotely from home in their systems, coding their ER visits and stuff. Find out what system they're using. Go to job fairs. Introduce yourself. Let the people know at the job fairs that you're a coder and just introduce yourself. Go to every open house, to every ultrasound clinic, join the Facebook groups for your town to say that, what new businesses, the Chamber of Commerce, and follow them on Facebook. Every time they do a ribbon cutting at a new radiology department or a new wing of a hospital or a new oncologist office, go by. Go to the open house. They have free drinks and snacks, man. Introduce yourself. Let them know you're a new coder in the area. If they need any help, let you know. And there's just tons of stuff you can do. Go to every job fair. Introduce yourself. Look for jobs at CVS pharmacies. Look for jobs in health plans, Blue Cross Blue Shield. You need to change your resume every single time you apply. Don't put your address on it. Don't put high school on it. Don't put garbage on it you don't need. You just need a name in the middle, your email address on one side, your phone number on the other one, and then list out your qualifications that match what their job application says that they're looking for, and submit that. And just use a thesaurus and change the wording up to mean sort of the same thing. You got to be proactive. If you're trying to look for a job at a specific place and you really want this job at ABC Healthcare, find out what EHR they're using. Go on and find out all you can about it. Look at the YouTube videos and learn how to use the chart. Travis, the longer you're upset and mean over there, the longer you're going to sit there and write that. The nicer you are and the calmer you are, the more guilty I feel for having you in here while friends are over. The more you throw a fit over there, the longer you'll be here. Just so you know. Okay? Okay? He is upset with me. Oh, no. Okay, it's just catching up with chat. Phone doesn't type right. I know it doesn't. It's so much. You got more pens? I got more pens. I did. They did. They posted where to find CEUs for April today. I saw that. I wonder if it's an April Fool's joke. I hate looking at social media today. It's because everything's a joke. So I don't go on any social media on days like this today. So yeah, Texas UV is hiring. Optum is hiring. Just as soon as you get your CPC, even if you're A, Optum is hiring for risk adjusters right now, and they'll train you to be risk adjusters, even if you don't have that certification. Janet in our tutoring group got a job there. They're training her how to do risk adjustment, even though she's a CPC A, and it's all remote from home. So I am just Googling it, and then I'm also looking at my prior notes from 2018, 19. See, arteries have layers, thick walls, veins bring oxygen back from the blood, capillaries, all this stuff that I wrote way back in the day. And I am going to, years and years and years of doing all this, going to, come on, focus, 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 focus. There we go. Write all this stuff. Yep. Descending order, all this stuff. I was just like, forgot all of it. Forgot that it was all here. Ugh. Posterior descending aorta. All kinds of stuff I forgot was where. I even wrote in right ventricle. Oh my gosh, I wrote in so much cool stuff and then forgot it was all here. So forgot it was here. So I've got, do I have LA? I do have LA. Do I have LD? I do not have LD over here. So let's see, where am I going to be able to write LD? Maybe right there. I need to change colors. I don't have LD, right? Nope. What's so hard about making good decisions? Sitting in class and doing your lesson instead of cutting up your jeans. You knew we were going to fight about it, Travis. You knew you were going to get home and I was not going to be happy. We go through this every single time I buy you a new pair of clothes. Just because it's new doesn't mean you get to change it. And you really murderlated those jeans. You didn't just cut a nice little cute little stripe in it or something. Those were just, looked like a T-Rex got to them and shredded them up. You were in a car wreck. Nightmare pants. Looked like you were in a plane wreck. You remember when we went to Universal and they had all those shredded up clothes all over the plane? Yeah, that's what you looked like. I can't believe you walked around school like that. LC. And they're brand new jeans. And now I gotta buy another pair of jeans because you don't have enough to wear to school.
I have 2 more pairs.
You have 2 more pairs. You're gonna wear every other pair, every pair of jeans, and then another pair of jeans you're gonna wear the second day. I went through junior high like that, only having 2 pairs of jeans. Kids will recognize that you're wearing the same pants every week. And they are cruel. You could at least have 3 pairs of jeans, but no, you have to really freaking tear up brand new Levi's. It's like sacrilegious, dude. Sorry, I'm going to sit here yell at my kid in the middle of all this. I don't have enough room for all this. RC equals right. And we're going to write it underneath. Coronary. There we go. And we got the left atrium up here. It should really be with these. RCA, right coronary artery. This was on my exam. 2 right lung. I'm like, why do I need to know that to be a coder? But apparently I do.
Do I have to take a shower tomorrow before the Renaissance Fair?
From right lung. Take him shopping at Goodwill's. My kids hated it. Oh, that child would love it. Absolutely insanely love shopping at Goodwill. He hates brand new, stiff feeling of new clothes. Absolutely hates it, despises it. He likes them shrunken, old, raggedy clothes. He would love Goodwill. He doesn't like brand new clothes. Travis is a pistol. He is something. Oh my gosh. I've never met a kid like him. Right here, pulmonary artery. Right? No. He would freaking love that. I would have loved to have had brand new clothes for school, especially in March. You know, nobody has money this time of year. They try to save for new clothes in August, right before school starts, right? And then you got to wear them all year long. You don't get any clothes right before summertime. When I was a kid, oh no, my kids could care less.
I'll get my clothes out of the dryer.
No, you can't get your clothes out of the dryer. You can just sit there and write Tom Sawyer for a minute until I get over being mad. What have you got in your hand?
My mask.
Oh, why have you got your mask in your hand?
I don't want to get sick again.
Oh, because James's friend has a snotty nose?
No, I don't know if he's gotten the vaccine or not. I don't want to get sick or get anyone else sick.
Mm. From the left lung. Oh, y'all can't even see what I'm drawing. Good gracious. So I'm just drawing in like the blood is going to the left lung or it's coming back from the left lung. And I did that over here. To the right lung is going down into here. And then this is coming right here back from the right lung. Ugh. LC right there is left circumflex. We've got that one right there. Where are we at? Right there. Get us, and then we've got the right coronary artery, and then we got left coronary artery. So we got two. You look like a chihuahua got a hold of those pants. Shredded them all up. Good gracious. Which ventricle is the workhorse of your heart? Anybody know? I need to raise this up. Y'all can't see nothing. My crane keeps falling down. My phone is so heavy. This is a Note 9 that I'm using right here, and it's so heavy. Anybody know which ventricle is the workhorse of the heart? I think, yep, everybody's saying left ventricle. Yep. Y'all know your hard stuff very well. Very good. Left ventricle. Yes. Left ventricle.
This is short.
Three types of arteries. Should we write those? Where should we write those? Three types. Did I write them on the other side? I did write them on the other side. So I had them, like I said, in the ICD-10 from 2018, but I wrote them on the opposite page because we had more white space on this one. We've got the three types of blood vessels. Arteries, veins, capillaries, and then I defined all the arteries, veins, and capillaries. And then the heart is divided into, yep. What am I doing here? Bovine, yep. Deep, popliteal, anything. Largest in the body, yep. Arteries, anything else I can't live without. I'm going to go into the liver. The electrical system of the heart. I did the prefixes and then the suffixes and common vocabulary, just the stenosis and sclerosis. More prefixes, more abbreviations. 3 layers of the heart is another one that we layered. And then the common modifiers, common hip picks is all helpful for sure. And then I am going to write.
Do I need a mask for the Renaissance Fair? Like, do they make you?
They probably will not, since the Renaissance Fair is outside.
I'll take a shower.
This is going to be, I don't know if this is going to be dark enough to show up. I may have to get a black Sharpie. R.A. We'll see. R.A. This one is A.O. Which we have those abbreviations right here if you need them as I'm writing them in. And this one, I'm going to need a black Sharpie. Travi, where's a black Sharpie?
You got one.
Oh, you quit pointing the drawers. Hopefully I've moved them. Since you are my Sharpie thief.
I don't even do that anymore.
You are my you don't do that anymore. My foot. Always painting your fingernails with it. Let's see. All right. Because this is going to be, I just noticed the artist signatures or something in there. There's a J and a C. Anyway, this one is PA. That's better. PA is right there. This one is LA. And we've got, yep, LV. RV. AO. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Y'all already shared it 3 times. Thank you. That's cool. All right. Even though I'm not doing anything really cool yet. I'm just trying to think of what I should do. The left ventricle contractions are what open up the aortic valve. So I'm like, how am I going to write this in here? Contractions of the left force open the aortic valve to open. Maybe something like that. Contractions of the left ventricle, which I'm writing on, open up the aortic valve, which is helpful. The left atrium, blood from the left atrium flows to the left flows through the left AV valve to the left ventricle. Blood flows from LA to AV to LV. Oh my gosh, it's getting crazy. Crazy. Yep, I did the blood that was distributed all that way. Oh, I hear my mom walking in the door and she's saying she needs some help. Let me go see what she's doing. Did you hear Grandma? You want to come see? Come see what she wants. Come.
I need to get my shoes out here. Almost left them in here.
can't handle it. Come back and get me. Take the trash out too. Okay. They're helping my mom move a treadmill out of her part of the house to the neighbor's part of the house. So they might need me, but we'll see. Let's see. Blood flows from the pulmonary valve, to the pulmonary trunk. Yeah. We're okay there. Contractions from the left ventricle. And up in here. It's going out this way. Blood into the pulmonary trunk. Yep. And then contractions from the right ventricle forces the pulmonary vein to open up. Contractions on the right ventricle. We already had that one. The right ventricle forces the pulmonary valve to open. Up there. That's all. We'll just write that the right ventricle contracts and opens the pulmonary valve. That's handy. We gotta go all the way to the neighbor's house. I can throw my sock at her house. It ain't that far. You know how houses are built in the neighborhoods. Blood enters the right atrium, superior, yep, vena cava. I already had that. Okay. I'm okay with all that. What else? Do I have? What are the names of those things? What are they named? What is that thingy named? There it is. That brachycephalic trunk. We don't have that labeled on this heart, and it's that first of the three at the top. So we should transfer that info over there. So this one is called that big long word. We got to find some space up here. BRACYCEPHALIC trunk. So that we know that that's what that is. All right, we don't have this one and this one labeled either. And see, our other one does. So we've got a left common carotid artery and a left subclavian artery. And we don't have those labeled. So I'll do... Got that one labeled. And then our other one is a left common carotid artery. There we go. Good gracious, that's supposed to be an E. And then the X, apex, is down there. Y'all can't see nothing I'm doing. Good gracious. So I wrote apex down here. I did the left common carotid artery right there and put it in the middle. I did left subclavian artery, put it at the third one right there. And then this one, put that brachial cephalic trunk right there. That one. Oh gosh, let's see. There's a word they use a lot of times in the CPC exam questions. For valve. Is this? So we've got that valves can also be called leaflets. In the CPC exam question, what else do we have noted in our 18 book? Our book. Do we have? The tricuspid valve, right there, is the one that they're always talking about in the book, where it looks like they're arterial and ventricular all at the same time. That is your RTRIOVENT RICULAR. And then It also has 3 flaps, and our left ventricular is the workhouse, but it is also what is he bouncing on? What are you bouncing on? Get off of it. We don't have a trampoline in the backyard. What are y'all bouncing on?
Linda gave us a trampoline for Grandma's.
Linda, the neighbor, gave you a trampoline. You know what the number one reason why children are in the emergency room and admitted, you know what the number one reason is?
Trampoline.
Yes. Do I approve of trampolines?
No, but it's like a
Have y'all ever had a trampoline?
Golden Valley.
Other people's homes do not count. Number one reason. Ugh, neighbors. I think she gave them a little exercise trampoline, one of those little bitty ones. It's okay. It's just regular trampolines. Yeah, you leave your kids unsupervised. They get on there multiple kids at a time, or they start jumping even higher or off chairs, add the dogs and the neighbor kids on it. But it is truly the number one reason why children are in the ER, end up with knees and ankles and worse issues. I remember a girl in high school had one, and she had to sit at school on a donut for a month because she broke her tailbone straddling in between the little strappy things that strap the canvas on, and then the circle bar that's around it. Yeah. Travis says I'm overprotective. Or helicopter. He calls me a helicopter mom. He's like, Mom, stop with the medical reasons. Yep. Yep, I know he is. You are so right, life. Like, Mom, I know he's 13. He gets no rest from me. All right. I think we're almost done here, guys. Yep. And I'm just about done with all the CPT codes, too. There may be a few more things I want to do. And, oh, my gosh, at the Appendix L, I've gotten so far with that. I think I have, like, the unlisted codes. They're not going to use those on the CPC exam, so you don't have to worry about that. But I got really color coordinated here. Just those, I got all that done. I want to go through just these notes just to make sure there is anything that I don't need to move. But a lot of this in the very last section is all guidelines, a lot of guidelines. And then there'll be just 2 codes. And they used a whole page. But the main thing is getting that one-word differences down between the codes, noting if they're open or closed, if they're bilateral would help to know, or unilateral. If they're arterial or venous, or arterial, I do red, venous, I do blue. I got your do nots marked. I got the do's marked. But I need to go through the guidelines real quick and make sure there's no radiology stuff I need to move to the codes. But I think I'm done with cardiology. Yep, I want to go through those guidelines right there. Don't forget there's some guidelines on, I got to do these, on right here on page 249, this one paragraph has all these codes, and there's almost 50 codes right here, and then these individual codes that all include radiology. So we need to go to the right codes and add includes radiology on all those codes, just to be sure we've got them all listed. So we're going to start with codes 33206. 33206 is where? I missed it. Right there. I did put in red includes radiology, but it's hard to see. I'm also going to write includes rad already at code 33206 through, is it the 49? I think it's the 49. 33249. So that we remember, this one I don't have includes radiology. Right? Nope. Neither one. This one too. Do I have number 12? Yep. Nope. I don't have anything. Includes rad. Includes rad. All of these suckers. Includes rad on number 13 and 21. Includes rad, because I guarantee you'll have a question on CPC exam, and they like to use the 49 code, the very last one, and they'll try to add radiology to it because it won't say that it includes it. That one right there, because there's no mention of radiology at all, but this one already includes radiology. And you don't want to pick the answer with the 7000 code. So write it up there, write it with the codes all the way through, and then we'll get the individual codes. This one includes rad. This one includes rad. I'm on 15, 16. I keep radiology in blue, but y'all do whatever color you want. 17 includes rad. 18 includes rad. 20 already includes radiology. This 22 includes radiology. 33 includes radiology. 24. Travis, you gonna come in here and write some more? By event, ooh, not a lot of room. Includes radiology. If you haven't yet, please make sure you go fix all the out of code sequencing. What I write is just the page number down in front of the code so that I know where it is in the CPT book during the exam. I do the column numbers because there's 2 columns per page, but you don't have to do that. At least get down the page number. It'll save you a lot of tears during the exam. Nobody else tells you that, even if you pay for information, because I did for a year, and no one said a thing. And then I got down to my exam and could not find 2 sections, lab, path, and medicine. Couldn't find any of the codes. And I was tired because I'd already been there 5 hours. And I didn't know the codes were going to be out of sequence. And what's the other thing? Oh, I refused to learn E and M because it was just too much. So I actually guessed on 3 sections. Still passed, but I don't know how. All right, 49. So I'm at 34. We're including rad. $35 includes rad. $36. 37. 38. 40. 30. 41. 31. Then 41. 62. 'I don't know about these two because they're out of sequence. The 62, 63, and 64. We got to look back at our guidelines to see since they're out of sequence. Let's see. Yep, 62, 63, and 64 do. They're out of sequence, so I just had to make sure. They include radiology. And then these two. You can write it however you want. Doesn't matter if you use the same wording as I do or pen color. You can do it your own way. Now we need to go to 33-270. That's this one. It already includes radiology. You can come up with your own way of however it makes sense to you. That might look like it includes, like telling you to include radiology, but just know that that means it's already includes radiology. It's already in there. 71 includes radiology. 72 already includes radiology. 73. 74. 75. 74 and 75. Yep, it already includes the femoral venography too. That's it. Got them all noted. Okay. Well, that's the major things I wanted to get done. What did I do for these big old bad boys last year? What did I do for these? Where am I at? Did I do anything important? I marked I marked up here that for blood pressure, it's just where I kept things. Systolic. Contracts. And then diastolic. What are y'all watching?
I have no idea.
Is that TV 13 or below?
Yeah, dude, our mom has a ruler and we are allowed to watch stuff rated TV 13 or 14.
17 might be okay, but not mature anime. Or whatever. It just can't be rated MA. It's rated R. We got a neighbor kid over that, well, not a neighbor. He goes to school with James. And I guess he's got control of the TV, and I'm listening to whatever they're watching, and I'm like, that's awfully mature. There I go, helicopter mom again. I mean, James is still 12, so it's not like he should be watching rated R or mature stuff. I mean, we watched some Halloween movies that are questionable, but I skipped past all the boobies. Let's see. That just wasn't labeled on, and I had a question about it on the CPC exam. A definition of one of the words. Thrombo. It still counts even if you turn the volume off. Infected blood veins and blood clots, and then I've got the blood pressure done. You're nervous about the exam? Only last few units of my course, super nervous. Be sure and go through each chapter, copy, paste, and print, or save as a PDF all of your review questions, your chapter quizzes, and your review exams. Those questions are super important because finding out the reason why an answer is wrong is just as important as figuring out why the answer is right. And why did they pick those codes that are in the answer? And what are they asking? Did they ask you those codes because they're super similar? There's one little bit of difference between those codes, like with radiology, without. One's in a vein, one's in an artery, one's distal, one's proximal. That kind of stuff is so helpful because the more you recognize how they ask questions, you'll be able to answer any question they throw at you because they do it consistently. They always ask the same type of questions in each chapter, and they pick the same type of codes to ask you about in each chapter. So even just figuring out why the answers are wrong and what answers are right is super helpful, for sure. All right, let's see. Right, I monitor my kids' TV. I do too. I mean, there's just even some of the, even Disney stuff can be questionable. You know, you never know. It's like I took my oldest son, probably 20 years ago or more, to go see the very first Shrek movie. And I was so upset because Snow White was beating up on Cinderella or somebody. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I would not have brought my baby boy to see this if I was going to watch. And, it's just a cartoon and it's Shrek and he's great, boogers and all. But I just don't like to see the slapping part. I didn't like that. Yeah. Have I already been on an hour and a half? Ren and Stimpy. Oh my gosh. My mom used to put that on. That was her favorite cartoon. I was traumatized as a child. I thought it was so inappropriate for me to watch. I judged my mom. Now I think it's funny because she showed me that. I don't know, because I'm older now, but I remember being so offended by Ren and Stimpy when I was a child. I'm just a weirdo, but I love Ren and Stimpy now. And I actually met the creator, artist, and have some of his hand-drawn, just for me, art in this house. So that's pretty cool. I just love it. I like Ren and Stimpy now, of course. He has the craziest laugh I have ever heard. That kid James brought home. And, he didn't even have a note from his mom. I've never met her. She did happen to text me today. But he just got to get on a bus and go home with another kid without having any permission from a parent. I thought it was funny. She messaged me today and she said, okay, well, I'll have him just go home with James next weekend. And then he ends up here this weekend. So, kids are funny. And the schools just let them willy-nilly, whatever, in junior high. Retrograde means moving backwards. I can get it in backwards. All right, so another word they use often in cardiology is caudization. Oh gosh, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Division. Into 3 branches. So tri means 3. Anna Stowe, whatever this is, MOSIS equals joining two or more. James, are you on YouTube? James is not allowed to be on YouTube willy-nilly either. My goodness. Oops. Don't write that. Where's my stuff? It's a T, not an A. I'm trying to copy from last year's notes here. I'm doing a terrible job. So I've got them written there. These are the words I'm writing down. Antigrade. Antigrade.
Press and hold.
No, we don't need that either. There we go. Antigrade means moving forward. She learned from you. Upper chamber of the heart. Bifurcation, whatever this means. It seems like it's beautification, but it's not. It's bifurcation, that goes with this trifurcation. So now we've got bi, which equals dividing into two, right? Why I spell two, but do the number 3. I did that the same last year. I don't know why. It drives me nuts. I should have written the number 2, and I do it every single year. That kind of stuff drives me nuts. You need to know a little bit of anatomy or be able to know how to use the CPT book to find anatomy. So, like one of our words that are questions they might ask us in the CPC exam is which part of the body is this word in? And if you can't remember to go back to the back of the book in your CPT book and go look for it, like where is a mastoid? If you don't know, go look it up and then go look up the CPT code and you can figure out what they're cutting on by what chapter you're in and what's going on in the CPC exam. The CPC code descriptor, I mean. So other words they've done. They've done nephoscope. They wanted to know, were you in the uterus or the bladder, the kidney, or whatever. You're lucky that this one actually has kidney written down, so that's great. Sometimes you're not lucky and you got to go straight to the code, but at least you would know once you got to the code what section you're in, because you know you're in eyes, ears, whatever. Auditory is hearing, those kind of things. So just a little bit, at least knowing how to use the book appropriately so that you could find the answers is always helpful. So if I didn't know any of these, I could look back in the back of the book, hopefully find out what they are. Hey, JMC, how's it going? Thanks, Jess. Happy to help. Happy to help. Let's see, what else do I got? What else do I got? Ah, this is so cool. I did this last year. This is cool. I did this last year. So, a lot of coding, if you're going to code multiple things at once, like a biopsy, skin shave, and an excision, which one goes first, those kind of things. Well, heart has the same kind of thing. So, which type of cardiac procedures are the most work intensive? To least work. Just knowing that will help you code them in proper order. So I like to list them all out in order. So the most work, of course, is the acute myocardial infarction. The next one is a chronic total occlusion. So if you got to deal with a patient who has an occlusion and an heart attack, how you code or which diagnoses will go before the other one will be like this too. Hey Jess, how's it going? Oh, anytime. Happy to help you. Yeah, can I move the book? I'm sorry. I probably missed where you were trying to look. Just let me know, Jess, what page you want me to show you off. What I missed. My redhead is here. All right. And I got Twinkle yelling at me, I'm sure, about the time.
What is the ref doing just flying?
Just by itself. And then just a stent. Hey, Shay, she's a redhead too. 15 minutes more. All right. Oh, good gracious. I love how they tell you it's spam, but my thingy, my touch screen isn't working. So like, oh, there we go. There we go. Another list. So the most intense, roughest stent with My kids are so loud today. There we go. There we go. I know in the nerve area, you know, of the heart, Travis. I'm just going to write it where I wrote it last year, which is right there. I'm going to do the electrical impulses of the heart in the order of the way they go. And I know they probably have it in the neuro section, but I like to keep all the heart stuff with the heart. So anyway. Electrical impulses.
Bro, accidentally pressed the button.
Why can I not spell today? I don't know. Just one of those days. Did you get them? Because they'll do those two procedures together, and then they can do one by itself, and then the stent. This is the more difficult procedure than just a stent, and then the angioplasty is last, and then the most work intensive are there. All right. So number one is the SA node, right? No G. Sorry. That child who's over, his mom just arrived at the house, and I hear her at the front door, so I'm all distracted. SI. I can't even read my handwriting from last year. Sorry. I'm like, what did I write? And I didn't put AV node, which I should have done first. Just to be consistent. Mm-hmm. You can't wait for your kids to want sleepovers. Oh. Well, we got Papa John's pizza and a little bit of flavored water. Most of the time I just have water and milk here. We don't keep sodas or anything.
Mommy, we're gonna go play the drums, and his mom just came off to drop off his stuff, and his brother brought his guitar for him. He has his own guitar and his own amp.
I heard. She brought her son's guitar and amp over, so James is outside putting the, we have a drum set out in the garage, so this kid just brought over his electric guitar and amp, and they're fixing to go make a whole lot of noise. Our poor neighbors. But I do have the garage door down, and I've got an air conditioner unit in there, so hopefully it'll dampen some of the sound. But yeah, nobody's sleeping for a little while. What?
So do you think we could turn off the air conditioner and open the garage door?
If you can find the remote control to the air conditioner and turn it off.
And I want to keep it open just in case if Elijah comes by, because we're going to be in the garage.
Okay. Well, you got to make sure
it's turned off.
It's turned off. Make sure the fan is turned off and everything. Quit hitting the top of my doors. I don't want to wash off your nasty fingerprints. So they've been fed. They've been outside. They got that, what do you call it thing? The metal detector for Christmas. Never did open it. Here it is, April 1st. They finally opened it today, and that took about 10 minutes, and then it was too hot to be outside. So they came back in, watched YouTube videos, and now they're going to go and do a whole lot of noise in the garage. Just some fibers in our nerves of the heart. Let's see. So right there. And then we've got that bundle. And then we've got the AV and SA nodes, those kind of things. But they're mostly down there where, your right and left ventricle contract and push that blood through the valves, right? They're also the main nerves that help control and push that contraction and make it happen. And that's part of the electrical impulses that go in. There you go. Yeah, my spacing on my words is awful. And I fuss at my kids for doing it. And I'm like, I don't know where you get it from. Well, I clearly see where I get it from. Number 3. Right there. Bundle of his. That's exactly what it is. You're welcome. AAPC likes list. It doesn't matter what kind of list. They love it. Like in digestion, knowing the differences between the duodenum, and the ileum, which one comes first, second or third. They love that kind of stuff. What's in the small intestines, the duodenum, and two more things. So they love those kind of things. So anytime I can find a list concerning whatever body part I'm in, I just write them in there. Maybe we'll never see a question on this, but if we do, it's there. I was working on this one today for Appendix L. And you know, I just thought I could transfer that to that picture because I did that one today. The veins are on one side and arteries are on the other. Let's see. That one's beyond. The radial is too, isn't it? Yep. Radial is beyond. Those are the veins. The lower cephalic artery is going to be beyond 2. And then our upper cephalic arm. Upper cephalic, it's still beyond, isn't it? Near the elbow bend. Yeah, that's a little higher. Yep, that is beyond. And then our bronchocephalic vein. I know our subclavian vein is part of the second. So what I'm doing is moving the Appendix L vascular families over to this picture just because it's there and it's the same thing. This one combines the arteries and the veins into one, where this one in the back has it separated. Brachiocephalic. And, you know, anything that can prevent you from having to go all the way to the back of the book to look this up. It save you some seconds, you know. It's time. Okay, radial artery. Is axillary on here? No. Just the ulna artery and the ulna and radial. But if they're left and right, they make a difference. Because sometimes the artery is listed, but our arterial vasculars go first order, second order, third order, and then beyond. But our venous vascular family is just first and second, and then beyond. Radial and ulnar are both part of the thirds. What color do I have that in? I don't know. This is the entry point. Enter, says me. Enter there, and then we would take our road where we needed to go. Our brachial artery is going to be third too, or is it secondary? Brachial is second. That's second. So do that one. And then I just got to find the bronchial cephalic vein. Bronchial cephalic vein.
The remote is out for that TV out there.
The TV?
Yes, out there. Do you know where the remote is?
Why do you need that TV on? It doesn't have any, like, I don't know. It might have the internet. I don't think it has the internet hooked up to it.
It does.
I don't know. Wherever John put it. I have no idea. I am not the remote queen. I don't watch TV anymore. TikTok and YouTube have taken over my Netflix life. I am never on a TV anymore. I don't know what in the world's going on in the world. You guys have stopped my Netflix addiction for sure. Brachiocephalic. Where is brachiocephalic? It should still be right out there. Brachial's there. Brachiocephalic is first. Oh. Ew, that's fancy. It's our first. Did I have anything? I didn't mark any first here. I did it there. Okay. That one is first. Yeah, don't worry, Dawn. This is highfalutin stuff. There's only one question on the CPC exam about Appendix L and about the routes of your arteries and veins. It's only one question. And like I said, they like the list. So they like to know, and you just follow. This is first, second, and this is third. I got to go yell at my kids. They're arguing over something. Be quiet. You go walk down here to them. All right. Kids were just hollering to the neighbor's house, which is about 3 houses down, trying to communicate with them through sheer force of lung power. With the electric guitar going on and the drums, that was just a bit much for me. Good gracious. All right. That's enough of that. All I gotta do is pretty much go through and make sure I've added in. I want to add some more prefixes and suffixes. Probably for cardiology on that page, but the rest of this thing I hope is done. And I can get it posted. But we want to do some practice exam questions, right? And I know it's time. I need to end this and then come right back so that I can have 2 videos so it won't be so big to download and post. So let me end this live. Hey, hello moms. I am going to end this live so I can have it paused because I've already been over 2 hours. But I'll restart the live instantly right back, and then we'll do some practice questions for tonight, okay? So come right back, guys. I got 21 of you on. Give me 2 minutes. I'm not going anywhere. I got my questions up. Let me just end this so the video's not so long. Be right back.